I think it's always funny. It's like it should be live. Well, maybe we are, maybe we aren't. And if we are live, hi, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Just want to give the weekly update again. This week. Yeah, weekly update this week. So anyway, that's kind of how it is. It's kind of threw me off a little bit having the day off on Monday. So now it's like not necessarily doing a catch-up, but it's just making sure that we get all the information, everything that we need out to you in a timely manner. And so just want to give a weekly update about this. So one of the things, so tonight for the youth, those that have been collecting articles for the home in town, Sally Kate home, thank you. I should know that. They're going to be delivering that. They're going to be meeting here at the church at 5:45, taking all the articles over, everything that they were able to get, and then they're going out to dinner. So don't forget about that. That's for the youth and the youth sponsors. 5:45 meeting here tonight, taking that over. Also, I want to make sure that you guys remember that there is fellowship this Sunday during Bible study. So this Sunday night. So 6 o'clock, we will be having pizza. And then, of course, we'll be having our Bible study for us. Those that are going to be here, we're going to move on to 2 Corinthians. So just be aware of that. Also, on June 12th at 7:30 in the morning, which is a Sunday morning, there is going to be a Brotherhood Breakfast. It's going to be their first kickoff. They're going to be hoping to do that periodically. So all the men of the church are invited to come. So that is going to be June 12th at 7:30 in the morning. So please come ready for that. All right, I think that's all the stuff that I have for this week for you. Yeah. But no. Yeah. No. So I was reading in the scriptures about something. I'm back in the Old Testament, and someone was telling me last night, they were texting me saying that they wish they were around when we started in Genesis, and they've read all the way through the Old Testament and so forth. But that's what I do. I just start in the Old Testament, read through the New Testament, old, new, back and forth, back and forth. And I was in 1 Samuel, and I was reading, this is where Samuel, prophet, leading the Israelites, helping them, guiding them, protecting them, and so forth. And there is a part where he is, guiding the Israelites, but the Israelites have decided that they were going to step out of their bounds and attack the Philistines. Something happened when this happened. And I want to read this to you, and I want you to see, and I hope you feel the importance of what's happened here. So starting in 1 Samuel, starting in chapter 4, and it says this, now the Israelites went out to fight against the Philistines. The Israelites camped at Ebenezer and the Philistines at Aphek. The Philistines deployed their forces to meet Israel, and then as the battle spread, Israel was defeated by the Philistines, who killed about 4,000 of them on the battlefield. When the soldiers returned to the camp, the elders of Israel asked, "Why did the Lord bring defeat upon us before the Israelites? Let us bring the ark of the Lord covenant from Shiloh, so they will go with us and save us from the hand of our enemies." So the people sent men to Shiloh when they brought back the ark of the covenant from the Lord Almighty, who was enthroned between the cherubim. And Eli's two sons, Hophni and Phinehas, were there with the ark of the covenant of God. When the ark of the Lord's covenant came into the camp, all Israel raised such a great shout that the ground shook. Hearing the uproar, the Philistines asked, "What's all this shouting in the Hebrew camp?" When they learned that the ark of the Lord had come into the camp, the Philistines were afraid. And a God has come into the camp, they said. We're in trouble. Nothing like this has ever happened before. Woe to us! Who will deliver us from the hand of these mighty gods? They are the gods who struck the Egyptians with all kinds of plagues in the desert. Be strong, Philistines. Be men, and you will be subject to the Hebrews. So they will be with you. Be men and fight. So the Philistines fought. and the Israelites were defeated, and every man fled to his tent. The slaughter was very great. Israel lost 30,000 foot soldiers. The ark of God was captured, and Eli's 2 sons, Hophni and Phinehas, died. You go back to the beginning of the story. What was the real issue? They asked the question, why has God allowed us to be defeated by the Philistines? But you know what they jumped to next? Let's go get the ark and bring it. That will bring us victory. They didn't ask God. They just did, and brought worse defeat. See, here's the thing that happens. When we go through trouble, when we go through hard times, sometimes we just act, sometimes we just do, and we don't ask. Because if they would have prayed and asked God, who is seated between the cherubims on the ark, he would have told them, don't attack. But instead, they just acted without praying. Long weekly update, but I hope you get the message. Pray, 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 and I'll see you Sunday. All right, love you guys. Talk to you later.